Become a business coach. Let's figure out what it takes. Is it something that's interesting to you? We'll talk through it.
As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights.
All right, so I have been working as a business coach in one form or another for almost 30 years. It is an amazing business once you get into it. It takes some time, and to be very candid, you've got to be good, otherwise people will just eat your lunch. But when we think about it, first off, if you're thinking about becoming a business coach, I'm going to ask you to initially start with, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to become a business coach? Now, this may sound silly, but I can't tell you how many people I know who just sold a business or they just got fired, said, oh, I can do that better than others. Okay, maybe you can. But if you're doing it just for a paycheck, I'm going to tell you now that you're probably not going to be that successful at it. But if you're doing it because you have a genuine desire to help somebody be better, and you yourself want to get stronger and you yourself want to get better, I'm guessing you'll be pretty good at it. So the first thing is for you to step back and really define, why do I want to do this? And if you want, actually, you can go to our site, the Aspiring Solopreneur, where we offer full courses on how to very safely vet and build business plans and then launch your business. But there's a tool on there called the Balance Wheel. And the Balance Wheel will actually help you look at a holistic, integrated way in your life and what does success look like in a holistic way. Now, the second piece is for you to start really identifying your niche. Now, you're not spending any money on this at this point, okay? You're just investing your time and energy to try and figure out, where is it I really fit. So if, for example, let's say I have a friend who sold his office furniture business, did pretty well with it. He'd been in it for 30 years, and he was looking to help others. Well, he happened to be amazing at processes. He was amazing at helping him build sales teams, and he was really good at helping build leadership teams. So in this particular case, working in that B to C, it was B2B, business to business, sales, inventory management, and in that space, he did exceptionally well. So he decided, hey, this happens to be my niche. I know it well. I also am going to have a lot of respect when I can tell people that I ran a profit and loss statement that had $30 million on it within this space. But it's also going to allow that person to use real life stories and experience to connect with them, to help them see how and why this was important, or how when he's trying to get across his different points. So when you start thinking about it, think of the areas that you have experience. What are those areas you have experience, and how can you help? For me, I started my first of 16 companies when I was 19. So the startup and scaling space happens to be an area that I am hell on wheels with. I love doing it. I actually helped 4 companies go from entrepreneurial all the way up to $1 billion market cap. So it's pretty cool. It's very humbling. All right. Now the next thing you're going to have to think about is, how are you going to add value? Now, in most cases, you don't have to have a license or any certifications to be a business consultant, to be a business coach. But how is it? Why is somebody going to believe you? Why are they going to trust that you're actually going to add value? So there's a bunch of different business operating systems out there that some people can get certified in from. There's something called Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. There's something called EOS that was originally founded by Gino Wickman. There's the Pinnacle Guides that has tools for a whole bunch of tools. There's Jack Stack, Greatest Game. There's Men's There's a ton of different certifications out there you can do. Now, in some cases, those certifications, if you join, will have some pretty onerous restrictions. Some are even franchises that you have to buy into and then play exactly by their game with whatever they want you to. Others, excuse me, do not, and they may give you leads, they may not, they may allow you to say you're certified, they may not, variety of different tools. So for me, I actually have a couple of those certifications, and I've done that in the past. I found value in it because I met a community and I got to learn and I got to be stronger as I grew. But it's not necessarily 100% required. I also am a student where I like to say I'm always curious and always learning. I want to always see how what I can do to be better. So I'm always taking a course, I'm always getting new certifications. This not only helps my clients and potential clients say, oh, this guy's got a bigger tool set, but it also helps me stay sharp, and I'm also learning from other people. So when you start thinking about it, think about what is the niche, what is the value you're bringing to somebody? Why should they hire you? What is the specific problem you're willing to solve, and how can you help them with it? And again, in my book, The Aspiring Solopreneur, as well as on our course at aspiringsolopreneur.com, we have a whole bunch of processes to help people figure out what is their jam, where do they want to be, how do you vet that, and how do you really figure out who you are and what it is you're going to be great at. Then the last thing is to go out and start testing this concept. Now remember, you haven't spent any money, you haven't decided you're officially doing this yet. You've decided we're going to start and explore it. But as you start to smoke down or narrow down what you think your niche is, what the value prop is, just start talking to people. And some very simple ways of doing this are, if somebody senses that you're trying to sell them, you're going to make them nervous. You're going to spook them. But if you say, hey, Joe, look, man, I'm looking at doing something. I would love your feedback. I would love to get your help. Innately, as human beings, we want to help each other. Now, if you try and sell me, guard goes up. But you ask for my help, I'll bend over backwards to try and help. So you say, hey, I'm looking at doing this. If you were in my shoes, what would you be looking for? How would you be approaching this? What are you looking for? What would be of value for you? Do you know anybody and you're not selling them. You may inadvertently sell them, but right now you're specifically just using this as an exploratory. But inevitably, they're going to say, yeah, I don't really need your service, but my friend over here, Tina, I think she could really help you. Maybe she could get some help from you. If that's the case, and say, cool, will you connect us? And then once you start meeting these people, start talking with them and really be curious to listen to what they need. Don't try and sell them what you want to sell them. Listen to what they need and then see if you can adapt and fit into that. When you do that, well, now you're really getting close to where you can very safely and successfully launch into being a business coach or business consultant. All right, so hopefully you found some value with this. Please, if you did, subscribe to the channel. Go check out aspiringsolopreneur.com. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. Keep smiling.